Ladies and gentlemen, one country that still suffers under a communist regime, the people, and not by their choice, is Vietnam. And I would now like to ask Anhthu Lu, if she would, to come forward. Anhthu is a member of the board of the Victims of Communism Memorial Foundation, and she was one of the boat people who left Vietnam as a child. And she's come to America, made a wonderful career for herself. She's working with the Vietnamese community both here and around the world. And please, Anhthu, would you come forward and talk about this wonderful display that we have back over here under the tents.
Thank you, Dr. Edwards. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Edwards just introduced me as a boat people. I did escape Vietnam by boat, but I was one of a very lucky one, for I was picked up by the U.S. Navy out in the international ocean. But hundreds of thousands of other boat people were not as lucky. There are no real numbers, but per the UN report, at the end of the Vietnam War in 1975, there were an estimated 1.2 million people escaped communism from Vietnam by boat between 1975 and 1995. Of those 1.2 million, about one-third perished at sea. Of those arrived at various Southeast Asian countries, another one-third died in those inhabited islands in Southeast Asia of wounds inflicted during their journey. The Vietnamese communist regime persecuted them even in their graves. Markers to remember the boat people were destroyed at the pressure of Hanoi. The boat people fled their homeland in small, rickety boats that typically packed 200 people into a few square meters. Pirates in the Gulf of Siam found the refugees easy targets, and the boats were frequently attacked, sometimes repeatedly. Boat people were robbed, raped, abducted, and sometimes mutilated and killed. The UN High Commissioner on Refugee reported that 1981, in Thai waters alone, there had been 1,149 attacks on 352 boats, 571 people were killed, 243 abducted, and 599 raped by pirates. Omitted by the UN statistics are those boats that disappear without ever reaching shore. The late Friar Joe Devlin, a Jesuit priest who worked in the refugee camps, would later recount, each morning we would go down to the beaches and there were bodies, men, women, children, washed ashore during the night. Sometimes there was hundreds of them, like pieces of wood. Some of them were girls who had been raped and then thrown into the sea to drown by the pirates. It was tragic beyond words. We would pull them off the beaches and bury them and say prayers for them. This happened every morning. Sometimes I hate to get up in the morning as the bodies will always be there. Ladies and gentlemen, that was just a short, simple story of the boat people journey to freedom. They had risked it all, including their lives, for freedom. The exhibit here today, I invite you to visit. It's just as simple. We will have a full exhibit later on in the fall. We hope you will join us and help us keep their memories alive. Thank you very much.